Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about a very touchy subject because I kind of have some bad news. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started with this. So I just watched the Mark Cerny interview that he did with Wired, as well as the interview that Jason Ronald did with Iron Lords on their podcast the other night. So I've watched both of those now. And this is what I take from that. We are not going to get from either company anything that's truly optimized and using the full feature set of either of these consoles until about 2023, 2022 at the earliest for Xbox, but 2023 for PlayStation. And you know what? That literally puts us on the cusp of a PS5 Pro. Yeah. That literally puts us on the cusp of a PS5 Pro and possibly a mid-gen refresh for the Xbox as well. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, okay, last generation with the mid-gen upgrades, like I was okay with that because we had 4K TVs and I wanted to be able to take advantage of that. So I was okay with that. But the fact that we are not even going to get to play any next-gen games that are truly built and rocking the full power of our consoles until a mid-gen refresh comes out, that's kind of irritating. That's pretty irritating. That means I will have spent $2,000 just that's if the new consoles are even $500. You know what I mean? That'll mean I will be into those $2,000 just on the console hardware themselves. And that's not to mention all the hard drive, all the hard drives that I've bought. Next month I'm getting that 2 TB for the Xbox. That'll be 3 of these. That's $800 in storage alone. $800 in storage. The PlayStation 5, I bought a 2 TB. I'm $400 into that, and I bought a 1 TB, so I'm $600 into that for storage. I love technology just like anybody else. But when you look at that cost of that's 2,000 plus 800 plus 600. That's a really beefy PC. I mean, the best graphics card on the market, MSRP is $1,500. I'm still well under that. The best processor, this best CPU, is like $800. All the rest of that stuff, maybe, I mean, it would be pretty comparable in price to build your own PC for the cost of what all of that console stuff would cost you. And that's not to mention all the peripherals like the cameras and the controllers and all the other stuff that we have bought in for these consoles, and all the money that we've spent just to play our games online for 3 years. You know what I mean? Like by the time that gets there, 3 years, and that's assuming you got your consoles right at launch or pretty close. That's a lot of money that we have thrown at this generation right out of the gate, and for them to throw mid-gen consoles at us already in 3 years without even delivering any true next-gen experiences. The only thing that we have gotten from either company is Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's the only one that's really truly like, whoa, that's pretty cool, next gen. Like, even if it's your game or not, I mean, if you're a gamer, you can admit this, whether it's your type of game or not, being able to fly a plane across the whole planet is pretty impressive next gen technology. For me, it is. For me, I mean, if you don't think that is impressive, then man, you are probably like that. I'm not gonna tell you you're bad or like dumb or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's pretty impressive if to think about it. And for it to look as good as it does, that is really impressive. And I do believe still that that is the only true next gen game that we've seen be delivered by either one of them. But to think that we've spent all this money on these consoles, well, I to think that I've spent all this money on these consoles, knowing that I could have got a way, way better PC, way more powerful PC for the price that I've already invested into these, is pretty freaking disappointing. Now, I'm a console gamer. I've always been a console gamer. And I've always tried to, pick these things up and be excited about them and really, focus my time and gaming on them and just accepting those experiences from both Sony and Microsoft. Because, I mean, essentially, we all know that the PC is reigns supreme, right? You can customize that to get the best performance and video quality that you could ever imagine. But that does come at a cost. But if we're already at that precipice where we are already spending that much money on these consoles, because within a year, within 1 year now, I've spent like what is it, like $2,700, $2,700 just on consoles and oh no, wait, that's 1,800 and 600. So 8, 9, 10. So $2,400 just on consoles and storage for those consoles. Yeah, man, that's a pretty decent PC, man, that I could have bought and could have had. I mean, I wouldn't have had as much storage as I did, but I mean, I could have got. I mean, yeah, dude, for just a few $100 more, I could have everything I need. You know what I mean? And that's just the thing. Like, are we just throwing money at the wall? If they bring out mid-gen console refreshes, we're just throwing money at the wall, man. We're just throwing it right out the window because, dude, we're gonna want those newer consoles. I know I'm gonna want them, but that's just throwing money out the window. Like, if these here are not even going to be pushed to the limit, and then they're going to put out new freaking console refreshes, that's pretty. That's insane. Now, I don't necessarily think that Microsoft is going to do that, but I mean, it is possible, man. I mean, there's blood in the water. They both sense it. They're both like, oh yeah, man, we can get more. We can get more. We can double up. We can double up performance and everything that is already there in the consoles for. And you can't say they can't because I mean, dude, the 3090 is already more than double what these consoles are. Already more than double that. And in 3 years, yeah, dude, they'll be able to freaking mass produce that stuff way cheaper and put it in our consoles. Like, yeah, dude, they would definitely be able to double that within 3 years. I mean, Microsoft tripled that after 4 years. You know what I mean? Like, tripled that. Sony doubled what the PlayStation 4 was after just 3 years. Doubled that. And that's never the problem. The GPU and the CPU, the GPU, that's never the problem. That always doubles pretty quickly. Like pretty quickly. And usually stays around the same price. It's the storage and the memory that really raises the prices. So what if they double that and then double the memory, I mean, oh man, like it's possible and they could probably keep costs right around 500-600 bucks, but man, that's pretty frustrating. This is a really interesting conundrum that we're faced with console gaming. If are we just going to keep spending that money every 3 years to double our? I mean, most people in the PC that they're not out there doubling their stuff every couple of years. They usually go maybe 4 or 5 years or whatever, and then maybe get a new graphics card if something stops working or something. But I don't know, man. Like this is like we're almost being pigeonholed into having to spend more money more frequently than we've ever spent before as console gamers. Like, just build us the games and put them out there, man. We're already getting nickel and dimed for the price of these games, all the microtransactions and all the everything else that goes with them. Let us enjoy gaming, man, without having to freaking pay out the nose for it. The only one of those two systems, the only one that would even be worth picking up is the new Xbox. The PlayStation 5, Hell no. Hell no. I still haven't even received a good enough value for my PlayStation 5 to think I'm going to shell out another $500 in 3 years for one that's actually going to let me play Demon Souls at 4K 60. That's what I thought I was buying the first time, man. That's literally what I thought I was buying the first time. That's what I thought I was buying. But that did not turn out to be the case. So if PlayStation thinks I'm going to buy another console without a really substantial Game Pass, like a Play Pass or something, Xbox, it will pay for itself with Game Pass. Like, it'll pay for itself. PlayStation? No, man. They're already nickel and diming us for every single thing we do on the PlayStation. If they put out another freaking console, I'm going to be upset. And you should be upset. And all the Sony fanboys, the Peggies out there, you guys should be upset. Because this is not cool, man. Both of these consoles run 4K on my 4K TV. We don't need another freaking mid-gen console refresh. So that was what I took from those two interviews from both of them. We're going to be about 3 years. So if that is the case, oh man, they better not be putting out a new console. Oh boy. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.